Well, hello everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I work with Maggie and Lauren to bring you fun, enjoyable crochet tutorials. This is the Texture Tuesday series that we have going, and this is a really nice one. It's a relative of the bean stitch, but this is called the bean cap stitch. And what's different is your stitches are more closer together, but it also has beautiful texture to it. It is the same on the front and back, so totally reversible. When you make your projects with this, you can do it where it's lined up this way, or you can do it this way. I like it this way. But again, it's a 2-row repeat. It's once you understand the 2 rows, it's very easy. This is actually something you can do relaxing and watching maybe a TV series or a show or a movie that you're interested in. But I love it. It's a really nice, easy, fun stitch. I would consider this a little bit of a yarn eater, but let's get into it. Now, what I do, because I do so many tutorials and trying new things, when I can find yarn at yard sales and flea markets, I do it. I buy it. And what I used for this one is, this was at a yard sale, as you can see, got it for $1. The color is just called pastel, but it's a generic craft smart yarn. It's a typical acrylic 4-ply yarn, and that's what I'm just using for this tutorial. And for the stitch, my handy dandy clover hooks, my 5.5mm hook. All right, so for your base chain, all you need is an even number. That's it. Even number stitches, no adding more or anything onto it. Just pick a even number that works for you, and that's perfect. All right. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And you just can keep going until you get the width that you would like. And then I want you to turn your chain over. There's these, let me show you. These are loops in the back of your chain. And this is what we will be working in. Okay. So, second chain from the hook, turn it over, and in those loops, I want you to put single crochets all the way down. This particular stitch does look nice in solid colors, but it also looks really, really vivid in multicolor yarn. But again, that's your choice. And my moo-moo's here. All right. So when you get your base chain done, come on, there you go. I want you to turn. Now, this is row 1. I want you to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, in the next chain, not the chain or not the first stitch where you did your 5 chains up. the next stitch, I want you to wrap your hook. You go into that full stitch, grab some yarn, wrap your hook, and just go through the first two. Wrap your hook, go into the next stitch, bring up some yarn, wrap your hook, go through two. Now you'll have 3 loops. And one more time, wrap your hook, go into the next stitch, wrap your hook, and go through 2. When you do all that, you'll have 4 stitches, 4 loops on your hook. Wrap your hook and just go through 3 of them. Wrap your hook, go through the last 2. Okay, now this gap between your chain 5 and your 3 double crochets together, I want you to go in this gap right here, bring up some yarn, wrap your hook, and do it again. Wrap your hook the 3rd time, and wrap your hook a 4th time. Then wrap your hook, and I want you to go through all of them except your last one. Then you wrap your hook, and you go through the last 2, and then chain 1. Very pretty, huh? All right, now we're going to do these 3 together again. So your last one that you were in, this one, we're always going to use, that's where our starting point is. So when we do 3, you're going into the very last one and the next 2. So it's wrapping your hook, you go into that, bring it up, wrap, and go through 2. Wrap, go into the next stitch, wrap your hook, and go through 2. One more time, and in the next stitch, and you go through 2. Then you wrap your hook and you go through 3. Wrap your hook, go through your last 2. Now we're going to take our hook and go through, and this is 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when you wrap, you go through them all except your very last one. Wrap again and go through your last 2. And then chain 1. All right. So these are 3 together double crochets. And remember, you're going to go in to the stitch that you were in last for your 3 together prior. You go in, go through 2, wrap, next stitch, and go through 2, wrap, and next stitch. Then you go through 3, then wrap, and go through your last 2. Now remember, we take our hook and do this 4 times. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wrap, go through them all except your last one. Wrap and go through your last 2. And then chain 1. Don't forget your chain 1s. So now I'm going to do one and be quiet so you can see it. Okay, and that's what you do all the way down the row. and chain 1. When you have 1 stitch left in that last stitch, you will do an extended double crochet. So you just wrap the hook, go in, bring up some yarn, you wrap, go through 1, then you do a normal double crochet. Okay, now please remember the next row you need to make sure you keep your counts correct. It's imperative for the whole project. Okay, so chain 1 and put a single crochet in that same first stitch, and then the 2 single crochets at the top of each stitch. That's what you're going to be playing in. So each one of these bean stitches has 2 of them. So there's 1, there's 2. Then you just go to the next one. 1 and 2. Memo. 1 and 2. One and 2. 1 and 2. And then you go into this gap, you put in 1 single crochet in that gap, and then you put 1 into the chain. And that's your second row. So those are your 2 row repeats. So now for this row, you would do your chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wrap the hook in the next stitch, and you'll be doing your 3 together. And then you wrap it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go through them all except the last one, and then chain 1, and that is your complete repeat pattern. Very nice, beautiful stitch. And this is an easy pattern to work up when you're just watching a movie, chilling. Three and 4. And that is it, my friends. And then the next row after this, you would do your single crochets like I showed you prior. And like I said, this is a little bit of a yarn eater project. So you could also do this for like a scrap project and just use up what you have. It's also an idea. Chain 1, and then you wrap and you go in your last stitch of the extended double crochet. Then you turn, and then you do your single crochets like I showed you before. And this is how you do the bean cap stitch. Like I said, it's a beautiful textured stitch. And that's the other thing. It grows really fast, your project. Well, thank you for watching this week's series on our Textured Tuesday. My name is Ronnie, and I work with Maggie and Lauren to bring you crochet tutorials. If you're enjoying our tutorials, would you please hit that subscribe button and the like button down at the below? That would help us a lot. And please come find us on Facebook under WIP, W-I-P, for Work in Progress and Chain. Until next time, happy crocheting, everybody. Good night.